Am I live? I am live. Hey there, Soulshine. It's Michelle here, and I'm inviting you to wake up and live. One of the most important parts of waking up and living is recognizing that everything in our experience has an emotional or energetic cause behind it. So one of the first things that I'm going to tell you about is this, that our beliefs are just some thoughts that some energy, some emotion happened to them. So if you believe that you're stupid, then somewhere back in your past, you got this thought, I'm stupid, from some experience. But there was also an emotional charge around it, and it locked it in. So it locked this emotional idea of I'm stupid into your experience. And hold on, I'm just going to move slightly this way. Feels better. Okay, so you had this experience and you locked in this belief, and now you carry this belief, I am stupid, and it goes throughout the rest of your life until you decharge it and you let go of the emotions, and now you can step into just being you, who is an incredibly smart, brilliant, beautiful, wonderful person behind all that silly belief, right? So we have these ideas, we have these beliefs that are trapped in by emotions. An experience I had that helped me open to the idea that emotions cause everything is when I was a little girl. I was starting probably about 6th grade. I started getting strep throat all of the time. Like, they were seriously considering taking out my tonsils because I was sick all of the time. And so I was sick and sick and sick and sick. We moved that year. That year, actually in 6th grade, is the year my parents separated and got a divorce. The next year we moved, and I was sick again. And different doctors, so they were still considering it, but didn't act on it. So I still have my tonsils, and so they were considering it. The next year for 8th grade, I was totally fine. The next year I started high school, and I started being sick again. And then the next year I was totally fine. Then we moved, and that year I became aware of a pattern in my life. I noticed that every single year that I had strep throat all of the time was a year in which big changes were happening in my life. There were years I felt powerless, and there were years that I felt like I didn't have a voice in what was going on in my life. So in 6th grade, my parents were getting a divorce. I had no say-so in that experience. I didn't get to say, hey, it's okay for dad to leave my life. No, I didn't get that choice. I didn't get to say that. So it showed up as a problem in my voice. Moving to another area and starting a new school, I didn't have say-so in that. It happened. I didn't have a say-so. I didn't, and it created problems in my voice. The next year was a pretty normal year. I had already adjusted to the change, and I was still in the same school, and everything was normal. The next year, I moved into high school, which was a bigger field. There were tons more people. And again, I didn't feel like I had any say-so on what was happening in my life. I had some other things that were happening as well. Some big changes happened that year. That was the year my dad got married, and without letting me know he was getting married. So like a lot of things happened that year. And I was sick all the time. The next year was pretty chill. It was like I adjusted to everything that happened, and it was pretty normal. And then we moved. And that's when I became aware, hey, every time I get sick, these big changes are happening in my life. I've only had strep throat maybe twice since then. So that was interesting. So I had this experience going on, and then I went through life, learned different things in life, and came across the idea that every illness you experience has an emotion behind it. And I went, well, yeah, that makes sense, because I went through that experience in high school. I had already seen the pattern in my life, so it was easy for me to accept it. So let me talk about what's recently happened. Recently, I have been experiencing sciatica. It's been pretty frustrating, pretty painful. It's been hard to sit. It's been hard to lay down. It's just been really painful because I've had this. And I was trying to heal different things, and I wasn't coming across it. So I Googled what is the metaphysical cause, because that's how I can get to the emotional causes. I look up metaphysical cause. What is the metaphysical cause of sciatica? And I came up with some different answers, and one website made complete sense. It totally was talking about exactly how I was feeling in my life. I feel like I'm alone. I feel like I have to do everything by myself. I was really struggling as a healer, feeling like I always have to do my own healing for myself, that I can never find anybody who is either available time-wise or can take the energy as deep as I need it to go in order to heal. And so I was feeling very frustrated, like I always have to be the one to do my own healing and it's not fair. That's how I was feeling. And when I looked up the possible causes of sciatica, that is one of the themes that came up, and I went, oh my gosh, that is so true. So last night I did some more healing on that, being alone, being afraid to be alone, having to do it all on my own, all the different ideas of being alone. And this morning I feel tons better. It's not completely gone, but the pain in my hip going down my leg is gone. I still have some more, and I knew when I finished last night that I still had another thread that's similar but different that I had to look at. Some more of this stuff doing it by myself, more feelings of alone, but it's a different take on it. And so I knew I still had this energy to do. And the problems with my lower back and my hips, the hips are feeling great. My lower back is still feeling some of the pain. So I know that there's still more to do there. But just the fact that I was able to release so much of that pain just by addressing my feelings of being alone was pretty powerful. Not everybody believes this, and not everybody's open to believing that, and that's okay. But the truth is whether you believe the truth or not, it doesn't change the fact that it's there. If you don't believe in gravity, you can say gravity doesn't exist, but it does. It's there, and so it still affects you. So if you are struggling with a physical pain, if you are struggling with some kind of emotional health problems, what is the cause of it? If you're struggling with your voice, there's a couple of things going on. One, you don't feel like you have a voice in your life or a say of what's going on. Another one is your voice is also attached to your power. A different, like everything in you is attached to each other. And one that is really directly attached is your personal power. So if you don't feel like you have power in your life, you can have problems with your voice. If you don't feel like you can share your voice, you're going to have problems with your voice. So these are some of the things to look at. You can talk to the pain. I know of people, they write letters. They'll say, dear sore throat. I noticed that you've been around for a while. What's going on? Could you tell me a little bit more about what's going on? And then you write a letter back. Dear, and put your name in. So for me, it'd be, Dear Michelle, this is what's going on. This is how we feel. This is why we feel this way. And you just write whatever comes to mind. It doesn't have to make sense. You write it to whatever comes to mind and sign it sore throat or whatever it is you're feeling. So you write the letter, and then you write a letter to your sore throat, and you write a letter back. And if you feel like you need to go more or you want to say thank you, you can keep doing that. Sometimes just acknowledging the feelings that are there helps them to release. Sometimes it takes hiring a practitioner who can do energy work. If you're new to it, maybe you would like to work with people who do the emotion code. If you have been doing it for a while, maybe you're ready to work with people who do deeper work. I do deep past, deep history work. I do work with our inner childhood and our souls and our ancestors and our the histories in our homes, the energy of our stuff. Like, I deal with the past, everything in the past. Like, let's clear up the past so that the future is clear. That is what I like to do. And sometimes people aren't ready to work with me, and that's okay. And sometimes people are ready to work with me, and that's okay too. And sometimes you don't have to. Sometimes it's just a matter of acknowledging, this is how I feel. And then you can say, I choose to feel this, and start focusing on what you want to feel. So if you feel like, I don't feel like I have a say-so in my life, and you can kind of look at yourself and say, well, that's kind of silly because I'm an adult. I totally can choose my own life. So then you can say, what if I chose this in my life and started choosing it? there's lots of questions you can ask. There's a lot of things you can do. Just writing a letter is a simple way to at least discover the feelings that you're having going on. The other thing is looking up the metaphysical cause. The metaphysical cause of having a sore throat. The metaphysical cause of having a headache right here. A metaphysical cause of the migraine. A metaphysical cause of diabetes. Metaphysical cause of sciatica, metaphysical cause of broken bone. Like, seriously, it can all have a metaphysical cause. Trapped energy. Usually trapped energy has emotion in it as well. So you find that energy and you release it and everything starts to get better. Does it mean that some things won't get healed in this lifetime? Some things just won't get healed. I have teeth that have fallen out of my mouth. They're not going to get replaced with real teeth because it's gone too far, and it would take a huge miracle. And I'm a miracle maker, but that's like a really huge one that would take a lot of work. And I just don't know if I want to do the work when there's other solutions available. But there are things like, I've heard of people's nerves growing back. I've heard of people can heal cavities. I've heard of that. I just feel like mine's too far gone for me to even bother with it. I'm like, I have so many other things to heal. Why bother with that? But some things like having the sciatica, if I release the emotions, then the swelling is going to go down. If I release the emotions, if your back, people who go to chiropractors all the time, and they'll walk away and their back falls out of place. If your back isn't staying in place, you've got some kind of trapped energy that is preventing it. And so there's all kinds of different tools that you can use. I know some best practitioners that's one of the things that they specialize in, is releasing the energy so that your back can stay in alignment. The work I do can help your back stay in alignment. So there's a lot of different methods, a lot of different things you can do. But the point is, if you have some kind of physical thing going on, look into the emotions. What is going on underneath there? And that is my ramblings for today. I was like, I gotta hurry on and get my live done because I'm going somewhere, and so I do feel like I'm a little bit rambly, and I apologize for that. I have a lot of different thoughts coming to my head, and sometimes it's hard to put them out there clearly. So I hope you can understand what I have to say. The key point is look into what emotions are going on. What are you really feeling in your life? Are you feeling powerless? Are you feeling like you don't belong? Are you feeling like you don't have a voice? Are you thinking you're better than other people? That's actually one of the causes of headaches right up here, is thinking that you're better than somebody. There are a lot of causes, so look up the metaphysical causes or write yourself a letter. Dear pain, and listen to what you have to say. Okay, that's what I'm sharing today. Remember to let your soul shine big, bright, live, and beautiful. Let yourself be the you are, the person you were designed to be, by letting go of the stuff in the past. Now, see you guys later. See you guys next time. Bye.